So I can't get enough of this YouTube series called Social Catfish. I can't get enough of it. It is so fascinating. Everybody has their different takes on why it's so fascinating for them. I'm fascinated by two things. One of the things that I'm fascinated by is what other people are fascinated by. Everybody keeps commenting on how, hey, if somebody's significantly hotter than you, like if you're 60 years old or 50 years old, and then you have somebody half your age trying to, seeming like they're interested in you, then you should know it's a scam. I was like, all right, that's fair. All right, I hear that. But to me, what's the most fascinating thing, and it's not even about somebody being interested in somebody half their age and looks, and it's not even about the looks. What I'm fascinated by is the criteria for love. And I've always been fascinated by love. I've been fascinated by romantic love all my life because I've always noticed that what triggers love in people can be just bare bones minimum nothing. And it's not, or rather, even when people do feel love, or they feel like they feel love, their criteria isn't more. Because like feeling love, and I get it, and I've been there too. 100%. I have been in that mental state in my younger days, in my early 20s, where I thought I felt when I just felt love, and I thought therefore I felt love because I'm attracted to this person, so this is love, right? What I've realized though eventually is that we got to define what love means. Like we really have to define what the criteria for love should be. That a feeling is not enough. Again, I would argue that so many people, I've heard somebody say before, when somebody gets divorced, they never loved each other. That's bullshit. Of course they did. Of course they loved each other initially. It's just that love isn't enough in this sense. Love isn't enough in the sense that what? Love isn't enough in the sense that just because you feel strong feelings towards somebody, strong feelings of warmth, strong feelings of concern, that you, like person A, you as person A, you want to do nice things for them. You are concerned about their well-being. You just have nothing but positive feelings to them. That's fine. But what else is going on? Are they, in the instance of social catfish, are they never, ever, ever talking to you face to face, or not even face to face? Because I never speak to anybody face to face like this virtually, or rather FaceTime. I'm a fan of, I'm old. I grew up just talking to people purely auditorily, purely on the phone. My brother from another mother, who I talk to quite often for the past several years, I haven't seen that dude's face in years. You know what I'm saying? I have not seen this dude in years, but I just talk with him. All I need is a voice. That's all I need, because the voice has everything you need. The voice has basically everything you need. But I get it's different with romantic interactions and you want to see the person's face. I understand that because the physical aspect matters more in a romantic relationship versus platonic. I got you. But my point is that they don't even talk to these people voice auditorily. They don't see them. It's just pure words. And what are the words? Hey babe, good morning. Oh, how you doing? The fluff. What I'm fascinated by with social catfish is that to make somebody love you, all it takes is just being nice, attractive and nice. I love you. It doesn't matter about like what your worldview is, what your perceptions are. That being said, a lot of the scammers on social catfish, they do, and they do end up agreeing. I'll tell you this. I'll give you this information. In my early 20s, I figured out, in my teenage years, I should say, when I was like 16, 17, 18, I realized one of the ways to get a girl is all you got to do is when you get on the phone with them, just let them talk, let them talk, let them talk. And I'm talking about how to get a girl who's your age. I'm talking about a teenage girl when you're a teenager. I'm not saying that mature women are like this, but back in the day, what you would do is, all you got to do is just play the role of interviewer. And like they would develop feelings for you just because all you, and this is, you can say, hey, this is the game. Hey, hey, that's how the game was played, man. Like, don't hate the play, hate the game kind of thing. And I wasn't a player. I've always been whack. But my point is, when I was successful, what I would do is but to be fair too, a lot of the girls were not interested in you. Like, they wanted to just talk about themselves. It's a very self-absorbed thing. Just like with the social catfish thing, a lot of these quote-unquote victims, what you find out, and this is another fascinating component, is that a lot of these quote-unquote victims are very much so narcissistic and self-absorbed. Although they are victims. They're victims in a sense, but they're super inconsiderate and self-absorbed. And then they give details about their own life. And you see in their own life, they do some like messed up stuff, and it's like, okay, well, I don't really feel too bad for you. That's why it's so watchable, and I love it, because you're just like, oh, and I don't have to feel so bad either, because this is just pure entertainment. So, but what you get on the phone with a girl, you let her talk, you just ask questions and let her just talk. And then eventually, just by the nature of spending time, this is what these scammers are essentially doing. Just by the nature of, we've been talking for several weeks. It's like, well, you've been talking. I haven't said a damn thing. But as a result of that, there's this sense of feelings that come in. I feel like I have feelings for you simply because I've invested so much time and energy into you. But that time and energy was a one-way street of you just talking about yourself, me asking questions, you not really caring about anything going on with me. But that was fine for my purposes, because obviously all I wanted was one thing. But bottom line is, that's fascinating. That is the interesting aspect of love, quote unquote love. We think so highly of love. We think that love, we put love on this pedestal, but I would argue this. Love is only as good as the direction, as the perception, as the foundational framework that surrounds it. As like, what more importantly than love, I feel you need an awareness. I feel you need critical thinking. I feel you need to have an interest, a genuine interest in the ins and outs of the other person's mind and how their mind works and what they feel and what they think and their perceptions of things. And I think it's a red flag that they just don't have any thoughts about a damn thing. But that being said, some people don't. Some people don't. Some people don't have any thoughts about anything. They're not really opinionated. And that's also true. And that doesn't mean, because like, yeah, just because somebody isn't necessarily a talker per se and doesn't have much to articulate, it doesn't necessarily mean that's a red flag or they're trying to bamboozle you. But that being said, at the same time, you still need more from them. And then eventually, when it comes down to social catfish, when you're giving these people, take out like second mortgages. These people get 2 and 3 jobs just to send somebody thousands of dollars that they've never met, that they've never really talked to, except for through this little pretty text saying, oh, I love you, babe. Oh, you're beautiful. Oh, thank you for calling me beautiful. I'm a queen. Oh, yeah, thank you. Oh, I'm so handsome. Oh, yeah. It's just compliment based. It's just, you made me feel good by easing my sense of insecurity, by easing my sense of loneliness. Therefore, I love you. But that's what I mean by love is not enough. Love has to have some kind of sharpness to it, some kind of edge to it, some kind of awareness, some kind of grit that has to be there as well. But I think what these people, this is the last fascinating thing I'm going to speak to, what each one of these people, and some of them are really victims in the sense that like they're pure, but a lot of them are like narcissistic and self-absorbed. What each one of these people has, and this is, I'm in my rant, what I find so fascinating, none of them have self-criticism. They lack self-criticism by and large, up and down. They all say, I'm smart. I'm a smart person. I'm smart. I don't look my age. They're so self-congratulatory, but they've been duped, but they're fools. That's why I'm a fan of saying I'm a fool who's trying to be wiser, and I'm a weak person who's trying to be stronger. Because I know that if I lacked self-criticism, I would be as stupid as them, because it's not that they're just stupid, but rather they don't want to be hard on themselves. They don't want to admit that, you know what? This would be nice if this person was real, and this would be nice if this, a lot of them are like model looking people, pictures, a lot of them are normal looking people. But if this model looking mother effer is not like she's probably not real, because she never wants to talk face to face. She never wants to talk on the phone. She keeps asking me every single week to send her money. She's probably not real, because maybe I'm being a little bit silly here. They don't say that. I mean, eventually they come to this point where they reach out to social catfish, because I guess, but it's like at the point where they like run out of thousands of dollars. It's so fascinating. But also the sad part, obviously, a lot of these people have a deep sense of loneliness, and I get that. And a lot of these people also have lost their significant others. I get that as well. But it's still fascinating, because we just put love on this pedestal. We act like it's the end all be all in and of itself, but there needs to be more. There needs to be health, a healthy mindedness, a mental health, a sharpness and awareness, sleep, nourishment, physical activity. Understand yourself so you can understand others.